The National Woolgrowers 89th National Congress will take place on the 13th and 14th of June in Port Elizabeth. The NWGA's General Manager, Leon de Beer, says this year's theme is Building Blocks to Success. He says the program will include sessions on where does the producer fit in, partnerships, discussions on building relations, and maximizing production.
Yes, good day, Dion. Thank you. Our Congress is scheduled for the 13th and the 14th of June in Port Elizabeth. And this is the highest structure platform that we have in our organization. So that is where delegates from our producers come together and take important decisions on the way forward of the industry. And the theme of this year's Congress will be the building blocks towards success. And we are going to have interesting speakers. We will have, as the main speaker on the first day, to speak on the subject or the topic of who am I is Mr. Jannie Pitter. He's a motivational speaker, and he was also the motivational speaker of important rugby teams in South Africa in the Super Rugby. Then also we have Mr. Wessel Lemmer, who is from Absa Agribusiness. He's an agricultural economist. And he's going to talk on where does the wool industry fit into the country's and the world's economy, and how is our industry affected by politics and economic realities. I think those are good basic background information for the Congress to take discussions forward. We also have speakers relating to partnerships, and the first one is Engela van Wyk, wife of the late Mr. Dirk van Wyk, who will speak on the role of the wife in the farming business. Then Mr. Louis de Beer, the Chief Executive Officer of Cape Wools, will speak on is more wool good for growers within the growth plan of Cape Wool South Africa. And Savamba, the South African Wool and Mohair Buyers Association, will speak on can the industry survive without local processing. This is also after a lot of pressure is on our processing plants in terms of our competitiveness in the international world. Then Mr. Herman Nigu, the Vice Chairman of the NWGA, will give feedback on the International Wool Textile Organization's Congress that is going to be held next week in Hong Kong. So we're looking forward to feedback in terms of that. The second day will focus on maximizing production in the industry. Professor Graham Curley from the Nelson Mandela University will give us feedback on the predation assessment that was conducted in the past 24 months, with special reference to what this document will mean to the farmer on his farm. Dr. George de Kock, the chairman of Cape Wools, will visit OIE, that is the International Organization on Animal Health. He will attend one of their meetings and he will give feedback at our Congress on the biosecurity threats for the producer based on his attendance of that meeting of the OIE. Then Mrs. Loyisu Ndlovu from Landbank will talk on funding of wool sheep farming in communal areas, a huge challenge that we have to have these farmers get access to finances and financial institutions. We close the Congress with a session where we have members only to talk about our production advisory service and the goals that we are striving towards after all the different inputs from the different specialists in the previous few days.
Thank you. That was the General Manager of the National Woolgrowers, Leon de Beer.